Hello, and welcome, everyone. Today, I'll continue with the events of episode 1141. The Blackbeard pirates arrive at Egghead, and Luffy transforms into Nika, punching Saint Saturn's face in. Faced with the giant ship barreling towards them, the Marines turn pale with fear because it shows no signs of slowing down. They begin to unleash a rain of fire from the small remaining ships, but it has no effect, not even leaving a scratch. The Marines can only wonder why the giants have come here. To answer that question, Brogy and Dory smile and say, "Don't you know that everything in this world happens for a reason?" After saying this, both captains jump onto a marine warship, causing the Marines to turn a deathly shade of pale. They both laugh loudly before slicing off the mast of the warship. Brogy and Dory proudly declare, "We came here for Sun God Nika, Straw Hat Luffy." Brogy announces that the war has officially begun, then slashes his axe down onto the warship, destroying it before leaping high into the air towards the island. Seeing this, Dory also jumps up to follow, and they both laugh heartily. The legendary giant ship, the Great Eric, officially docks with its crew right behind them. The two captains order Oimo and Kashi to take 500 men to attack the flanks, sinking any ship they see and to be wary of the cannons. The two vice captains, Oimo and Kashi, receive the order and rally all their brothers to begin the fight, making the Marines turn even paler. Together, they destroy all the masts and with one slash, they split a ship in two. The news is immediately reported back that the legendary giant pirate crew has appeared, led by Red Giant Brogy and Blue Giant Dory. After so many years in hiding, their purpose for coming remains a mystery to the Marines. In just a moment, they have already landed and destroyed many warships, too quickly for the Marines to even order their cannons to fire. This shows the vast power difference between the two sides. From the high castle walls, Usopp watches through a pair of binoculars and is moved to tears when he discovers it's Dory and Brogy, his old friends. However, Usopp also has to wonder why they came with their entire crew and yells out to them. Nami sees Oimo and Kashi as well and is certain that they brought the two leaders back from Little Garden. Usopp suddenly starts crying, saying he was worried he wouldn't see them when they went to Elbaf. Let's take a moment to recall a bit of history about the giant pirate crew. Many years ago, the world feared the formidable pirate crew led by the two captains, Dory and Brogy. However, their pirate crew disbanded after the two of them started an endless quarrel on an island. Luffy's crew at the time was accidentally caught up in their century-long duel. After seeing them fight, Usopp greatly admired them because he also wanted to become a brave and proud warrior of the sea. Later, while exploring another island, the Straw Hat crew met and befriended Oimo and Kashi, who were looking for their two captains. Back in the present, Usopp suddenly realizes that the giant pirates didn't come to fight them, but to help them escape from here. Edison is also very surprised that this giant duo, who are beating up the Marines, know Luffy's crew. He believes they must have rushed here after hearing the news that spread. It's understandable, because the Marines mobilized thousands of troops for this massive operation, so it was normal for it to be in the news. However, the jerk reporter added a bit of flavor to the story, which made the incident heat up and caused everyone to misunderstand. If Brogy and Dory came to help them escape, they must quickly complete their preparations as soon as possible. At this moment, Nami also contacts Brook, asking him where he is. Brook casually replies while drinking tea that he arrived early, but he doesn't know how to stop the Sunny. Lilith hears this and gets very angry because if they fly outside the dome, they will be roasted by the barrier. So, she contacts Nami and says that this old skull is brainless and doesn't think at all. On the other side, Jinbei realizes that everyone must be ready to leave at any moment, so he needs to quickly find the swordsman. Meanwhile, Zoro and Lucci have separated. Zoro praises the leopard guy, saying he's tough, but because he's in a hurry, he's going to end this fight right now. Hearing this, Lucci laughs loudly, saying that only the winners have the right to say such words. They both continue to charge at each other. Lucci knows that Nami's group is waiting for Zoro, so he tries to hold him back here to be a burden for the crew. He even mocks the Straw Hat crew, calling them fools for never abandoning a single crewmate. As long as Zoro is still breathing, his crewmates will remain stuck on the island, so it's best to give up early. Hearing these words, Zoro mocks Lucci for being delusional, thinking he has the upper hand in this fight. On the coast, the Marines are reporting that about 30 small to medium-sized ships have been sunk, and the number is still increasing. Faced with this situation, Vice Admiral Red King orders all small ships to retreat and for the large warships to move forward and target the pacifistas. Red King comments that this is a truly pathetic sight, and he never thought they would have to shoot down their own weapons. Suddenly, somewhere nearby, Devon and Van Augur appear on the island. They observe and realize that the battle is very intense. It's been a long time since they've faced such a strong opponent, but for Devon, that only makes the fight more interesting. This could be another twist of fate. Inside the great battle, upon seeing the sun god Nika she had been looking for, Bonnie is moved to tears of joy. Suddenly, Luffy curiously asks her why her face is a mess. Bonnie replies, "How can I not cry, you idiot? I've been looking for you for a very long time." Luffy hears this but doesn't understand, because he's always been here, so why would she have to look for him? So, Bonnie tries to explain, "That's true, because who knew you were the sun god Nika?" At this point, Luffy still doesn't know what the sun god Nika is, he just knows he's god of rubber. He suddenly remembers how Bonnie's punches looked so weak earlier. Bonnie says she was trying to imitate his giant rubber punch, but if it was weak, then he should teach her. The little girl then points directly at Saturn and tells Luffy to give the old man a powerful punch he'll never forget, to get justice for Vegapunk and to escape from here. Hearing this, Saturn declares that no insignificant ant among them has the right to leave here alive. Luffy laughs loudly from above and says, "Old man Saturn is wrong, and Bonnie's idea is very reasonable." So, Luffy spins his arm to create Haki, but then Saturn unexpectedly releases a burst of power from his eyes, which injures him. However, this only makes Luffy angrier, and he declares that the old man will pay for daring to hurt his friend. After saying this, Luffy uses his Gomu Gomu no Gatling gun to land a series of punches directly on Saturn's face, disfiguring it. Luffy's action touches everyone's soul. From ancient times, there was a warrior who would make everyone laugh to the rhythm of liberation. If there really is a hero who will change this world for the better, it is Luffy. Witnessing this, Bonnie, Kuma, and Vegapunk can't help but smile, because the punch was so beautiful. After punching him for a while, Luffy delivers one last powerful punch that sends Saturn flying headfirst into a building. Taking advantage of the opportunity, Atlas and Frankie remind Bonnie that she must leave right away if she wants to escape. Atlas also adds that they will use the Zom shoes, because their gliding function will still work while they are on the island. So, Bonnie wakes Vegapunk up and urges him to leave with her. But then, Vegapunk suddenly says to leave him here because he has been a doctor long enough to know that if he moves, he will die. Suddenly, Kizaru appears above them and uses his laser beam, intending to send Vegapunk on his way. But unexpectedly, when the light beam fires, Sanji dashes forward and kicks the attack away. This shocks not only Kizaru but also Frankie, since it's a laser beam after all. To explain this, Sanji gently says, "That light is only a faint firefly compared to love." Thinking about this, Kizaru says that if that were true, all of physics would have to be thrown in the trash. Sanji then asks Frankie to take care of Bonnie and not let her get hurt. But it seems Bonnie still doesn't want to leave because Vegapunk is still lying there. Seeing this, he advises the girl to quickly leave with Kuma. Finally, the group of four, including Frankie, begins to move toward the northeast gate to meet up with Nami's group. Sanji and Luffy, meanwhile, remain behind. Kizaru touches his head, thinking to himself that he will lose face with his superiors if he doesn't bring the kids' heads back after this mess. Hearing this, Sanji sarcastically suggests that if Kizaru were smart, he would have a letter of apology ready, as that would be more appropriate. Suddenly, while Saturn is still in the rubble, Devon appears. She mocks him, saying it's a once-in-a-thousand-years event to witness an elder star on the ground. When Devon discovers the incredible power that Saturn possesses, she craves it. She never expected that an elder star would come down here directly, it's her good fortune. Devon pats Saturn's claw and says, "The mission is complete." Saturn hears this and asks, "What are you doing here?" He never thought that a level 6 escapee like Devon would agree to be a hound dog for someone else. Faced with this mockery, Devon's expression doesn't change, she just smiles and says that Blackbeard is very special. Saturn then says bluntly that he's special, just like his lineage, which surprises Devon, as she didn't expect the old man to know. Saturn probes, "Blackbeard pirates, you always have strange actions. What are you really after? Van Augur, sitting next to him, casually says it's the world. At this, Saturn can't hold back anymore and attacks with his claw, but both of them disappear, which surprises him greatly. Not far from there, Devon and Van Augur head back together. Devon is curious why he didn't teleport them farther away. Van Augur says he's still in the middle of training. Suddenly, the swamp man, Caribou, appears from behind, running and crying out to them. He begins to flatter them, saying he never thought he would meet Supersonic Gun Van Augur and Crescent Moon Hunter Devon here. He introduces himself as a pirate and says he's been looking for them all this time. He went out to sea because he wanted to become a great man like the hero he secretly admires, Blackbeard. Caribou then begs them to take him to Blackbeard so he can talk about becoming his subordinate. And that's the end of episode 1141. I'll see you again every Monday morning on my channel. After watching, remember to like and subscribe to support me.